Good evening, everyone. I believe I'm live. Good evening, everyone. How has day been? Good evening, Vera. Good evening, everyone. Okay, good evening. Okay, Vera. Sorry, me myself. I just got home about 5 minutes ago. About 5 minutes ago. Good evening, Honor. Good evening, Oyin. Good evening, Tina. Good evening, Miracle. First our day was good. Sorry, myself here, and the traffic was something else. So I just want to confirm if you can hear me. Can you hear me? Dorothy, good evening. Uh, Pio Bake, Debbie, good evening. Precious, good evening. So can you people hear me? Can you ladies hear me audible? Am I clear? Hmm? I just want to know. Please can you confirm that I'm audible enough? Okay, loud and clear. So let's give others some minutes to join. Okay, let's give others some minutes to join. So while we wait for others to join, I'll kick off by, let's say, in the next 4 minutes. Let's use that one to just set ourselves, prepare our table, prepare our books, whatever we're going to take notes down, and the rest of them, and also prepare ourselves too. So in the next 2 minutes, we're going to start. 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Da. So, ladies, sorry about yesterday's class. Due to some unforeseen circumstances, I really apologize. But don't worry, that class will be taken tomorrow. Next minute. Okay, so should we start? If you like me to fly, if you like us to proceed, can I get a fly? If you like me to proceed, good evening. Olushola, um, Honor, Rabiu. Okay, so let's get into this work. Yeah, so today's work is a bit complicated, but it's very easy. It's very easy once you pay close attention. And there's a story behind today's um, topic, AWS service. Yes. So the AWS well-architected framework and well-architected tool. Let me say it again, the AWS well-architected framework and well-architected tool. So what does this even mean and why are we why do we even need such a framework? So from the word well-architected, it has to be with from a very limited term, means something that is well architected, and a framework, think of it like a guidance, you understand, and the well architected tool is a tool, you understand, that we can use to make sure our work is well architected. Yes. So why did AWS came up with this well architected framework? So over the years, I guess they spin it up about, is it 2015 or thereabout. Or no, maybe around that time, 2016, 17 or thereabout. So the well architected framework is a guidance. Think of it like a manual, hmm, for everybody that wants to make use of AWS platform. Think of it as a manual. So you understand, is I want us to really understand it from the basics. So once we enter inside like this, once we enter inside, we are not bringing our head out again or say we want to breathe small. Say no. Once you took your head inside, we are inside. 1 minute. Okay. So the well-architected framework. Over the years, customers have been giving their feedback, you understand, about the challenges they've been facing. It's like them buying a fridge and there's no manual there. They just have engineers that know about the fridge. What about me that bought the fridge? You understand that I'm a consumer. You understand? I want to know how to operate this thing by myself. I want to know how to operate this thing by myself. Just have a little understanding about it before calling anybody, before calling a specialist or calling anybody. So that feedback has been coming to AWS several times. That's the feedback from customers. So AWS now say, okay, you know what's going to happen? Let's create this manual. Let's call it the well-architected framework. You understand? And it's two. But the well-architected framework came for us before the two. So we are not really going to go deep into that. So that's when it came. That's what happened, that AWS decided to get the well-architected framework. Now, the well-architected framework is the years of experience and the years of experience that architects have had it over the very about a decade or thereabouts, why they are using the AWS. You understand? Best practices, design methodologies, everything. So they were able to come, bring all these things together, sum everything up together to build this well-architected framework and its tool. Hmm? So just think of the well-architected framework as a pillar. It consists of six pillars, you understand, to help users, to help customers, to help developers, to guide them to make good use of the AWS cloud. In a nutshell, you understand? So let's move. So let's first of all start with the AWS Well-Architected Framework before we talk about the tool. About the framework before we talk about the tool. So what is the AWS Well-Architected Framework? So the Well-Architected Framework, okay, is designed, take note, to enable architects like myself, developers, and users of AWS to build secure, high performance, resilient and efficient infrastructure for their applications. But come to think of it, why would they even come up with this framework if we have people like myself and yourself that we are learning about this AWS? Why did they even have to come up with this? Well, it's even to help us too, because the time was that me? Okay. I think they will have to remove me away from the road now. 1 minute, please. 1 minute, please. Thank you. Okay. So why we they have to come up with this? So over the years, like I said earlier, it's not just for customers. It also helps AQs, frequently asked questions. You understand? You know, it's the feedback that comes back from customers that developers use or organizations use or businesses use to help better their products. Hello. So sorry about that. So sorry. I didn't even know it was on my side. So sorry. So sorry about that. Sorry, ladies. Don't be offended. Can I fly now? Can I fly? Yes, the network. I didn't even know I was locked out. Hey. So how is it now? Can I fly now? So sorry. Don't mind the network. That's what they used to do. Don't let us mention name, Jerry. So let's go. So like the well-architected framework, I just think of it like a manual. You understand? The manual, you understand, help you to know about your product very well. But this time around is a framework. Hmm? So the well-architected framework is designed for to enable architects, users, developers to build secure, high performance, resilient, and efficient infrastructure for their application. No, it's all about application. It's all about your product. Hmm? So this well-architected framework is composed of 6 pillars to ensure a consistent approach to reviewing one and designing of architectures. So it's a guideline, something you can use to test your workload. So the well-architected framework is a framework with also a tool that you can use to test your workload before deploying it, or to check it if it meets AWS best practices. So the well-architected framework helps you understand the pros and cons of decisions you make while building systems on AWS. So by using this framework, you will learn architectural best practices for designing and operating reliable, secure, efficient, cost-effective, and sustainable systems in the cloud. Hmm? So it provides a way for you to consistently measure your architectures against best practices and then identify areas of improvement. So the process is, excuse me, so the process for reviewing an architecture is a constructive conversation about architectural decisions, and it's not just an audit mechanism. Now, before I proceed to the next slide, hmm, let me make something clear. Now, just because, do you know, let me use this analogy now. Mm, I'm thinking of analogy. Come. Should I use food? Should I use food? Should I use food? Should I use cake? Should I use cake? Okay, let me use food. Let me use cake. Now, take a cake for example now. Some of us I know be thinking cake, but those of us that ate cake today. Okay, that's true. I ate cake. Ate cake. Ah, that's true. I ate cake today. Okay, so cake. Now, how can we? Let me use this as an analogy now to explain this to us. Now, when you have a cake, just because let's say we have different level of building a cake. I say building, sorry, or baking cake. We have some people that are very good. We have some people that are great at it. But then Do you know, in order for you, who is a baker, for you to be able to always improve on yourself or to get your customers always wanting for more, you have to sometimes do some reading, do some studying, think of other skill, other styles, think of other ways you can use to make the taste look better. You understand? Make it look capturing, make it looks mouth watering once someone sets his or her eyes on it. So what you've just done is you refining your product. You don't just dwell on what I know. I know how to cook. It's not to bake cake. So you understand. So the well-architected framework, what it does is think of it like a pillar. You understand, to guide you and say, okay, this cake, oh, this is how to do it well. You understand, based on the experience we've had over years and from experts. You understand. So they brought all this together just to make your cake, in this case, your application better. You understand? So it's even good for it's useful for architects, developers, just name them. So you understand? And one of the reasons why this well-architected framework is good is because when you want to deploy an application in AWS cloud, if for example you want to use an EC2, do you know, just because you've been on EC2 for quite some time, you don't really know you don't know all its value. You understand? There are some other benefits of that EC2 instance, for example. You understand? Especially we know that there are different types of EC2 instances. So with this framework, you get the best practices, the best way to utilize your AWS services or to help build your application. So I believe if I'm clear, why I'm spending my time explaining this when we start addressing each of them, you understand, going deep into each of these pillars, it won't be something that is difficult. Or we just need to understand what the meaning of each pillar is, and that's all. So at this point, if you'd like me to fly, good evening, John. Joy, happiness. Wow, John, joy, happiness. John, joy, happiness. Good evening. So at this point, if you'd like me to fly, can I get a fly, please? If you'd like me to fly, can I get a fly? Okay. So I believe we understand all what I've explained so far. I want to dive deep into these pillars. Like every building has a pillar. Every building has a pillar. So I want to get to know these pillars. And these pillars, they have name. These 6 pillars, they have name. Okay? I need more flies. I need more flies. If you know you've not said fly, come in now and let me see your fly. There's somebody there. Something is telling you, say flies. Type fly, type fly. Something is telling you, type fly. You've been here all this while. You've never for once typed fly. Type the fly now so we can move. Okay, I still see one more person there. Okay, yes, you still remain one more person. You are again type fly, type fly, type fly, type fly. Yes. Okay, so that's good. That's good. So let's look at the first. Okay, let's look at the 6 pillars. So the well-architected framework is based on 6 pillars: operational excellence, important security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, one key in the cost optimization again, and sustainability. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So the first one, just a slide for each of them. Just a slide for each of them. So operational excellence. So operational excellence is the ability to run and monitor systems to deliver business value and continually improve supporting processes and procedures. Every application needs this. How many of us know the software development cycle? Don't let me talk about this. Don't let me talk about this. So it won't. If you are not just hearing software development cycle for the first time, can I just get a yes? So if you know software development cycle, can I get a yes? Nobody. Okay, so let's proceed. So the first pillar, operational excellence. Oh, I immediately. Oh, software. Wow, that's good though. Wow, wow. So that means you're not just saying it for the first time. Yes. Wow. You people are, you are too good though. You are too good. You are too good. That's good. That's very good. It's fine if you're just saying it for the first time. Like about a year ago, thereabouts, or two, is it not two? I was hearing it for the first time. It's like, what's this again? But we're not going to talk about it. Let's just proceed. Okay, so operational excellence. So is the ability to run and monitor systems to deliver business value and to continually improve supporting processes and procedures. So design principles for operational excellence in the cloud include performing operations as code, annotating documentation, anticipating failure, and frequently making small reversible changes. So this is all about the operational excellence that every application needs. So the ability to support development and run workload efficiently, effectively, sorry, gain insight into their operations and to continuously improve supporting process and procedures to deliver business value. You know, we're talking about a pillar here. So it's focused on running and monitoring systems to deliver business values, and with that, continually improving processes and procedures. So, for example, automating changes with development pipelines, developers know about that, or responding to events that are triggers. So, 1 minute, please. The streams. How many of us remember Monday class? So, there are some streams. I have to remove my nose. 1 minute, please. Okay, so sorry about that. So this is the first. We don't need to waste time. That's why I had to take my time to explain the well-architected framework very well. Huh? The nose screams. So let's continue. So this is the operational excellence. So what I would just advise us to do is just to, when the slides have been given to or shared across to us, just go do your research. And also at the end of it all, hmm? Hello, am I audible? Can you hear me, please? Prager, can you ladies hear me? Let me know. Okay, so what's Prager? What's going on? Okay, thank you. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. See, just have them at the back of your mind. Most especially at the cloud practitioner, you just want to know the difference between each of them, what they do. Just little. Let's move on to the next one. Security now. This guy here, security. Oh, is key. Security is almost everything. Security. Imagine you are going to the bank to go and drop your money and you didn't see security guard there. The doors to the bank is nothing, is no door there. Just imagine that scenario. And you are carrying your 1 million, your hard earned money. You understand? Maybe it's Owajo, sorry. Money you've saved, you understand? Contribution. You're now entering the bank, you just notice that there's no security there. No security guys at the gate. The door, nothing, no security. They not tell you, just meet somebody and say, drop your money and don't worry, you can go. Imagine that kind of scenario. Nobody tell you before you run. So security is one of it. So I believe by now we should understand where we are going. So security pillar is the ability to protect information, systems, and assets while delivering business value through risk assessments and mitigation strategies. Hmm? So when you're considering the security of your architecture, you apply these best practices. There are other best practices, but these are the key ones, these three ones. So automate security best practices when possible. Apply security at all layers. Apply security at all layers. For example, let me look at something that's very, very simple. How many of us remember when I gave us an architectural diagram of a three-tier web application? You understand? So we have the web tier, the application tier, and database tier. So at all those levels, you understand, you need to apply security. At each level, it's possible. You apply security at the front end, you apply security at the back end, everywhere. You apply security. You understand? On each layers. So you understand, you can use MFA. Yeah, what are they calling it again? Many of them like that. So you need to apply security at all level. So protect data in transit. That's when the data is moving. You understand? And at rest. We talked about this too. Encryption, KMS. So that's all about. So this, and there's even more to it. You understand? If you want to read up on it, there's a link to the white papers, for you to have a deep understanding of each, which I would love us to really do. So the security pillar describes how to take advantage of cloud technologies to protect your data system and assets in a way that can improve your security posture. Security is priority number one at AWS. I can see that over and over again. And this pillar exemplifies exemplifies it by checking integrity of data and, for example, protecting system by using encryption. Who can tell me the service for encryption? Anybody? I've already said it. Who can tell me what's the service for encryption in AWS? Anybody? I got Chin here. Anybody? Anybody? The first person who can tell me this? We've talked about it. Service for encryption. Anybody? Chin chin going. Oh, nobody wants to say. Think I'm lying. It's not fly. Oh. Okay, yes, KMS, Ayola, that's it. KMS. So let's move to the next one. So the other one is reliability. Yeah. Yeah. So you guys are correct. So the other one is reliability. So reliability. Now, maybe when we are doing AWS best practices, there's difference between reliability and fault tolerance and high availability. It's like have we treated it before? Because the three of them are kind of confusing at times. I think we've talked about HA. Have we talked about fault tolerance? Hmm? Please let me know. Have we talked about fault tolerance? Have we talked about fault tolerance? Huh? No. Okay. 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 So let me just quickly. Is there a service that we're going to use? I will talk about that. Okay. Fault tolerance and HA, that's high availability, are two different things. Hmm? HA is for failover. Let me just put it like that. You understand? High availability. You know high availability. When we're talking about high availability, if you deploy your workload in one zone, one easy, you deploy it in another easy. You understand? For it to be able to for fast results and for your application to be able to attend to customers' need. So you have them in two regions. But fault tolerance, on the other hand, is an ability for an application to function when it's either under pressure or when they are little um, how will I put it in a way that we can understand? Little default to the application. So, for example, think of fault tolerance as for an application to continue moving when it's being hit, maybe by a which word can I use now? Hit by maybe which word? Mm, I'm trying to look for a word that I can use to explain fault tolerance. So just think of it. Let's say you are moving now. You understand? And for example, just say for example, you're just moving. You have your a pair of shoes in your bag, or let's say slippers. Hmm? You have a pair of slippers in your bag, and you're already wearing one, and all of a sudden you are going to a particular place, and your slippers caught. You understand? You won't have to go home. You just have to remove the other one in your bag and start going. So think of fault tolerance like that. You understand? For an application to continue working even when it's being disrupted, or you understand there's one or two faults in other servers that are hosting the application. So for the application to keep on working, you understand? So that's fault tolerance. Disaster is a different thing. Disaster recovery is another different thing also. So I believe, do we understand fault tolerance? Or would you like me to come with it? Come up with it again. Give me 1 minute, please. Let me remove the streams in my nose. So that's fault tolerance. I believe we already understand what HA means. So let's come again. So that's why I use that analogy. Fault tolerance is different from high availability. Hmm? So fault tolerance, I want to major on fault tolerance now, is the ability for an application to keep working hmm, after it's maybe one or two servers go down. Let's put it like that. Let's say you have some few servers that this is not disaster recovery now. You understand? It's different from disaster recovery. They kind of sound alike, kind of almost do the same thing, but it's two different. And I don't want to waste much time on this. But for fault tolerance, is the ability for an application to keep working. You understand? Even after one of the servers that are using to support the application, you understand, fail. For example, if we have like 4 or 5 servers that are meant to keep the application going, can you hear me? Hello, can you people hear me? It's as if please, I'd like to know if you can hear me, please, or has my network gone again? Okay, okay. So, like I said, it's the ability either for a recreation system, so to for it to continue operating properly. You understand? In the event of maybe a failure or maybe one of the component or something goes down. So the ability for an application to continue working, you understand, even when it faces one or two failure, you understand, or the other component, maybe a server that's hosting the application now. So that's for fault tolerance. So let's proceed. Let's proceed to the next one. The next one we have here. Oh, I've not. So sorry, I've not talked about reliability. Okay, I was trying to explain HI and fault tolerance. So reliability is the ability for a system to do the following: recover from infrastructure or service disruption, dynamically dynamically acquire computing resources to meet demand, mitigating disruptions such as misconfigurations or transient network issues. Reliability includes testing recovery procedures, scaling horizontally to increase aggregate system availability, and automatically recovering from failure. So it focuses on recovery plans such as recovery from Amazon DynamoDB disruption or an Amazon EC2 instance. So it also covers how to handle change to meet business and customer demand. So the reliability pillar encompasses the ability of a workload to perform its intended function correctly and consistently when it's expected. So we use this pillar itself. When we get into the console, we are going to even understand more. So this includes the ability to operate and test the workload through its total life cycle. So let's proceed to the next one. Performance efficiency. Performance. So it's the ability to use computing resources efficiently to meet system requirement and to maintain that efficiency as demand changes and technologies evolve. So evaluating the performance efficiency of your architecture include experimenting more often, using serverless architectures and designing systems to be able to go global in minutes. So this is all about performance efficiency. So it entails using IT and computing resources efficiently. So for example, using the right Amazon EC2 type based on workload and memory requirements. It also covers making informed decisions and maintaining efficiency as business needs involve. So think of performance efficiency for you. Let's say use the best application or the best EC2 for this instance to for your workload. You understand? The best. Just because your workload might need a heavy computing instance, does not necessarily mean you go and look for an EC2 instance with high with 4V CPU or the rest of no. So you understand? Using this performance efficiency pillar, it helps you to guide you to know which EC2 instance, for example, will best fit your application or your workload. Hmm? So let's move. Cost optimization. This is another key. You see, everything is talking about how to build an application. You understand? These are the pillars that are guiding your application. You understand? The AWS cloud. So cost optimization is the ability to run systems to deliver business value at the lowest price point. Every business owner wants this. You understand? Every owner, everybody, not just business owner, myself and yourself, we need this. When you're jumping into a business, you want to know, or when you want to make use of something, let me use that word. You understand? You want to know how you can use that thing best, you understand, without incurring unnecessary charges or how you can use it to get the best quality out of something and still pay less. Let me put it like that. So cost optimization includes adopting a consumption model, analyzing and attributing expenditure, and using managed services to reduce the cost of ownership. So AWS managed services, you understand, also helps where you don't need to spend more time deploying servers, spend more time setting up things, doing configurations yourself and the rest of them. So these are why we even use AWS managed services. And we have many of them. So this is controlling where money is spent. And for example, checking if you have overestimated your EC2 instance, EC2 server size, you can then lower cost by choosing a more cost-effective size while it's still helping you, you understand, meeting your application's best deliverability. So let's move to the next one. I believe we are good. Can I get a fly or any questions? Can I get a fly? Can I get a fly? Can I proceed? Any questions so far? Like I said, with the brief explanation I did when we first of all started for those of us that didn't start alongside, I know it might be challenging for you to understand. But trust me, if you've understand, you are dealing with a framework and what it actually means. Every other explanation will be fine. So let's look at the sixth one. Sorry. Yes, the sixth one. No, what's wrong with this slide again? Yes, the sixth one. Come on now. Yes, so the sixth one. So this sustainability pillar, AWS added it in 2021, December 2021. Yes. So people mostly complain, the developers and mostly they say is not part of the pillars, but then it has its own use. You understand? Because it's almost like reliability, but there's just a little difference between sustainability and reliability. So most of the time, sustainability is if it's the one that is not updated, they'll tell you six, 5 pillars. Go to the AWS documentation, like I provided links for us. You understand? It's actually 6 pillars. AWS added this one to it, 6 pillars. 6 pillars, please. Please. I have to emphasize because it will come out in the exam. To come out in the exam. For those of us that are going to be doing the exam, it will come out. It's 6 pillars. So, sustainability is the ability to continually improve sustainability impact by reducing energy consumption and increasing efficiency across all components of a workload by minimizing the benefits from the provision of resources and minimizing the total resources required. Okay, not all of us will do the exam. It depends if you want to do the exam, but me, I would advise us to do the exam. Trust me. After taking this 3 month course, you can go and take your clear practitioner exam and you pass it with ease. So, to facilitate good design for sustainability, first you need to understand your impact, establish sustainability goals, minimize utilization, anticipate and adopt new, more efficient hardware and software offerings. to use managed services, reduce the downstream impact of your workloads. Hmm? So this pillar focuses on minimizing the environmental impact of running cloud workload. This is the main goal of this pillar, of the sustainability pillar. So minimize the environmental impact of running cloud workload. So reducing energy consumption and increasing efficiency are at the core of this pillar. So you can design cloud architecture that reduce resource usage and ultimately design with the planet and your business in mind. Okay, let's move. Now, I provided us a link. So when we get the slides, just copy the link. Once you copy the link, paste it and click on it, click enter. It will get you to the well-architected framework white paper for each of them. So if you I wanted to just bring out I just wanted to post the main link. You understand? That will just take us there. We'll have to start searching. But trust me, even me myself, I have to do some little clicking before I was able to get each of them's link. So I don't want us to go through that stress. That's why I just created each link. So each link you copy and paste takes you to the pillar itself. You understand? So the rest three also each of their white paper. And like I said, documentation, white papers, blog, and what else again? Many of them are the ways you can use to get yourself updated. You understand? To know the changes that are happening in the cloud, in the IT world. So let me know if there's any question. And I don't think I need to go back for this. This is it's very, very simple. It's not something, it's just something you just need to have in your head now. You've understood it because in the exam they will try to trick you with each pillar, like sustainability pillar, maybe the reliability pillar. You understand? They'll try to trick you. All you just need to do, you just need keywords. Understand it and have these keywords in mind. Finish, and you're good to go. You will rake the exam down. The exam is standing. You understand? You will finish the exam. You will finish it. You finish the exam. So can I proceed? And let's talk about the tool. Can I fly? Can I fly? It's likely will end latest by 9:30. Sorry, I said 9:30. Before 8, sorry. Fly. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the tool. Now, the tool is different from the framework. And we're going to see now. The tool is actually you using the AWS console. This exam we are always talking about, is it for these ladies? The clerk professional exam. See, we will still spend time to talk about this exam. You understand? We'll spend time talk about the exam and everything. But some of us already understand what I'm talking about. So let's fly. Now let's talk about the tool. So the AWS Well-Architected Tool lets you come on, move now. What's wrong with you? Lets you what's wrong with this thing now? AWS protects your workload for the cloud. So this tool uses AWS Well-Architected Framework. Take note, it uses the Well-Architected Framework. In the past, you will need to evaluate this against your own infrastructure with the help of a solutions architect. You understand? So I believe we understand all this. So what I'm tell you now is someone who is not really an expert, you understand, about the AWS service, or someone who's not an expert, someone that just want to build or do one or two things. But AWS advice that it's best you get a solutions architect. You understand? To guide you, to better guide you. Trust me, you don't want to launch an EC2 instance and forget not to close it, or you want to attach an Elastic IP address to it, and you don't release it. That's money. That's dollars. Your bank account is reading. You won't even know. That's why they need us. That's why we are learning this thing. Or you go and launch. I say launch. You go and let's say launch an institute. Like I've said, you attach an Elastic IP address and you didn't release it. You understand? You just think you've shut down the EC2 instance. Hey, Jesus! At the end of the month, and you attach it to like 4 or 5 EC2 instance or 10 of them, and you just think you just quickly, because I was still within the free tier, you just quickly shut them down. At the end of the month, that moment you won't know anything. AWS, you will still see your money in your bank. You understand? To be intact. At the end of the month, like this, you will just see them. They remove their money, and you will start saying, "What did I not shut down? What did I not shut down?" So this is where we become into the scenario. This is where we come into the picture. You understand? To help businesses, to help them. So that's why we need to really understand this, and this well-architected framework to helps us too. So let's produce. So in the past, you will need to evaluate these against your AWS infrastructure. This evaluate these against your AWS infrastructure with the help of solutions architects. Like I said, not that you can't and aren't still encouraged to do that. AWS listened to customer feedback and decided to release the framework as a self-service tool. You understand, the well-architected framework. Like I said, the framework came before these two. Okay, so you can access it with the AWS Manager console. We're going to see that. Create a workload and run it against your AWS account to generate a report showing areas that should be addressed. So it's a free tool to review your AWS to review your architectures against the 6 pillars. So these tools are the ones we are going to be using. I don't want to talk much about it. When we get there, we're just going to see how it's going to work. It's very, very easy. We're not really going to do much things. I'll just explain to you, and we'll get it. When we come back, we are going to do the demo. So how does it work? Remember, it's a free tool. So select your workload and answer questions. It's as simple as that. Review your answers against the 6 pillars. So obtain advice, you get videos, you get documentation, generate a report, see the results in the dashboard, and the rest. Huh? So I believe that's all, and I don't think anybody has any question. But if you have any question, can you signify dropping your question down, please? Okay. If there are no questions, can we mark our attendance? We don't know where our attendance is lying somewhere. Yeah, it's time for break. So let's mark our attendance. When we come back after the break, we'll do the demo, and we're going to answer some couple of questions. So, ladies, let's take a 5 minutes break and let's mark our attendance. I'll come back for the next half of this match. It's in the Okay. Um, my slide. Oh, oh, that means my network locked me out again. So sorry. So, can I get a fly if you are ready to go? Sorry, if we are ready to go. So we are at the point at where we ask question. Can I get a fly? Any question? Or we should just do the demo? Should we go and do demo? I believe there it's in the okay. I believe there are no questions. Let me quickly share my screen. Let me share my screen quickly. I'm coming. I'm just trying to let me share my screen. Share screen. Um yes. Can you see my screen? Hello? Can you see my screen? Huh? Can you see me? Please, if you can see me in the AWS console, you can see my screen. I'd like to. Okay. Can you see it now? You can see my screen. Still showing your face. Sorry. Can you see my screen? Okay. So I don't want us to. It's not something that waste much time on. So as you can see, we're in the AWS console. Okay, so I don't want us to. Oh, not sorry. Something that just trying to. Okay, please. Reading protocol for theories. Trying to. Wow. Okay, and when are we going to have our own? So you will have your own AWS account, but we are trying to collect the credentials of everyone. So let's proceed. So I just typed. Well, we all know how to do this. You go to the search bar, you type well architected and the and you just see this here and you click on it. So let's click on this. It's loading. So we are actually using the well architected tool now. You understand? And what this tool does is it guides us just a couple of questions, videos, and the rest of them that we can use to uh, help us and guide us. So already now. So can we still see my screen? My screen is blur. Let me increase. No, I don't like increasing my screen list. Yeah. Let's leave it at 124. Is my screen clear now? Is it good like this? Hmm? Please, yes, the screen is clear. Is okay like this. Can I fly? Okay, so let's proceed. So first, we are in the interface of the AWS Well-Architected tool. So learn, measure, and build using architectural best practices, like I've said. So, so you see, you can decide to learn more about it. You can come here to see the other resources that are within the. So, but first of all, what I'm just going to do is define your workload. So let's click on define workload. So we'll name this workload. So what's the workload? Let's say liter. Let's say liter. Let's say liter workload. Workload. Sorry, workload. So let me say this is liter workload. I believe we can still see my screen. Okay. So we can see. So what will be so the description? You can see. This is my production application. So this is my production. It's very simple production app. So the review owner, let's just say add. So you either enter an email. So you can just say at Moses at Moses. I believe we are good to go. So environment, is it production environment? Of course, it's production environment or pre-production. So you're just going to click on production environment. So you have to select regions. Select the regions. So we'll choose between we choose the regions we want. So, but for this, we are just going to use the North Virginia. Let's use North Virginia, and I'm going to pull in this down very soon. And the Cape Town, and let's leave it like that. Let's just click those two. So, am I good to go? Am I good to go? Can I get a fly? Am I good to go? Can I get a fly? Okay, so you can push to put additional account IDs if there's needed. So the type of region outside of AWS in which you're working. So we don't need this either on-premise or other AWS cloud. So let's just leave this. Let's just leave all this as it is. Industrial type, AWS Trusted Advisor. You can click the AWS Trusted Advisor. We all know what AWS Trusted Advisor is, but we're not going to go into it. So all these are optional tags and the rest of them, but let's just move. So you can choose to add a profile. So you search by profile name or anyone, maybe just a name or any profile name you just want to add here. But there's no need for that. Let's just proceed. So now here is the custom lens. So what the custom lens does is the custom lens, think of the custom lens as a question for your workload. You understand? The questions they are going to attach to your workload. So we have different types of custom lens. So well-architected framework, custom lens, DevOps lens, the mergers, acquisition lens, serverless lens, and the rest of them. But remember, we want to use the well-architected framework lens, you understand, to use to best help our workload. So we know it's the well-architected framework we want to use. So we just click on the well-architected framework. Sorry. Okay. So let's proceed. Define your workload. Look, please. I'm not saying anything, so that's what I'm trying to know if we are following. So can I get a fly? Are we good to go? I have to be switching screens now. Okay, I believe we understand. Okay. So so now we can start reviewing this workload. So what we're literally going to do now is just answering questions. So you see the name of the workload we've created, later workload. So you understand. So we click on review, click on review and select the AWS Well-Architected Framework. Okay, so this is just some helpful resources at this side, just for us to know more about this concept, but we don't need this. So let's just close this tab. And as you can see, these are the questions that will be asked. So how do you determine what your priorities are? But before then, let's just quickly see this. So you see, we are the operational excellence, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 11 questions here. Hmm? So let me click this. So you see, we have 11 questions for the operational excellence, 11 questions that you can ask against your workload. For security, 11 questions. Reliability, 13, 5, 6, 11. So, but take note, as time goes on, AWS might decide to add to these questions, or they might decide to reduce. So you understand, like I said, the well-acted framework to is just for us to ask questions. So we're in the part where we have to review this. So the first question we pick here, you can see. So how do you determine what your priorities are? So how do you determine what your priorities are? If you need more info, you can just click here and it gives you more info. Evaluate customers' need. So you get it. So let's just proceed. So let's just speak evaluate customers' need. We are not just evaluate. Let's just move on with this. So you can choose to add optional notes and the rest of them. Just click on next, and we're through with that. Excuse me. So we can look at option two if you choose to, but we're not going to be answering all the questions. So the next question is, how do you structure your organization to support your business outcome? So I can say, okay, uh, processes and produces have identified owners. You can click on this, and you see it goes on like that. So done, but we are not going to waste any time to be picking all this question. We can go to after you've answered all the question, but it's best practice for you to answer each question. So you understand. You can go to security. The first one for security. How do you securely operate your workload? So you can say stay up to date, reduce security management scope, evaluate and implement. Just answer that. Move on to the next one. So it's just you answering questions and the rest of them. So if you are done, sorry, I believe we are following. So if you are done, let's say after you've clicked on everything, each of them you've answered, you just save and exit. So now let it load finish. So if you save and exit, so now you will see the workload overview. So you understand. So you can see overall question answered. You know, it was just 3 questions we answered out of 7 questions. So you can see high risks, three high risks, and zero medium risks. So for the high risks, you can, if you want to see this high risks, you can just go to the, you can also create milestone, sorry. You go to properties, you see more, you see the person that is reviewing this at Moses, the name of the workload is later workload, the owner, the AWS account, ID. You can see here, if you go to the right hand side, you will see the AWS account. So the workload is in this AWS account, and the well-architected framework, the questions are asked or is done in this AWS account. So that's why you can see this ID here. So going back to the overview, you can just click the well-architected framework and it takes you back. Excuse me. If you still want to answer more questions, you can click on to answer more questions. You understand? If you feel uncomfortable with it, and if you just want to say, okay, I'm done with that, and with answering the question, you can just click save and exit again. So I believe if you hope we are seeing, wait, please, can you see my screen? Can this question be modified after launching the instance? Hello, please let me first of all confirm. Can we see my screen, please? Can I get a yes? Okay. Sorry, I'm switching between screens, and so we can just go down, and we can also choose to edit the pillar. But I don't want to. There are so many things you can do here, and on our own we can go back to that later. But let's don't do that. So we can see we have three hierarchies. So let's click on the well-architected framework itself. Now let's hold on for its load. So you can see the hierarchies upon the operational excellence. We answered two questions out of 11. And see we have two hierarchies. Security, so we only answered one, and the other ones we didn't answer anyone. So let's see the first one. How do you determine what priorities? So the recommended improvement items. So evaluate internal customers. So these are the recommended improvement items that AWS, according to best practices, advise you to use. So if you click on this, automatically opens you, takes you to the AWS Well-Architected Framework page, and I'm coming. Let me quickly share my screen again. Hold on, please. How will I do this? Please hold on. I'm coming. Let me share my screen again. Hold on. Okay. Please help me pull my screen back up. Can you see my screen? Yes, but the expression doesn't go along with the demonstration. Gloria Alex, how? I don't understand what you're trying to say. Could you rephrase your question. I have to share the other part of my screen again. So when I clicked on, let me go back. When I clicked, now, the first question in the, what are they calling it again? Under the operational excellence. We answered two under the operational excellence. So based on the questions we asked, we answered based on the answers we provided. It shows that it's a high risk. So AWS recommends these improvement items. For you to study more about this and also get deep information about this against your own answers. Let me see. Gloria, could you explain further? Like I said, the well-architected framework too, just think of it as you going into the AWS console, and you select your workload based on what you know. You are being asked questions. That's it. See, we are not deploying anything. Like I said, it's a framework. I know this way is going to be a bit tricky. Now, it's a framework and a tool that guides you. No, we are not just checking the console. It's a framework that guides you against your workload. So there will be questions that are going to be asked. You understand? So when we went into this, let me go back a little. Let me go back a little. And these questions are going to come up, and I get this almost every time. Just hold on, please. Hold on, please. I want to go back 1 minute because the screen is big and hold on. So please let me answer the questions now. Are we just checking the console? No, we are not just checking the consoles. Like I said, why did we come up? Why did AWS come up with this framework and its tool? According to the explanations and everything, the framework is to guide customers. You understand? Is to guide customers, architects, developers, and the rest of them that wants to use AWS cloud. So how did they get all this? How did they come up with the framework? Is as a result of the years of experience, you understand, that they've had with other architects that have made use of AWS services over the years. So that's why they were able to come out with this framework. So remember, it's not for you actually to deploy a workload or anything. It's for you to select your workload in mind. Yeah, you have that. So it's actually for you to select the workload. And I said, no, I just said it's little workload. I just give it that name, and it's a production workload. So now, when you kind of have the application you want to deploy, you understand? Instead of you just deploying the application, there are best practices for you to follow, and you can choose not to follow use the AWS well-architected framework. Yeah. I'll answer our question, please. I just want us to understand this. Trust me, the well-architected framework at times can be confusing. But don't think of it as the plane. Think of it as a framework, as a pillar to guide you. It's a pillar to guide you. And how can it guide you? Is by asking you questions. Just think of it like a doctor now. You go to the hospital and the doctor start asking you questions and saying, okay, you already know what is wrong with you. I have malaria, I have typhoid, I don't have malaria, I don't have typhoid in Jesus' name. You understand? The person comes and says, I have malaria, I have typhoid. You cannot just go there and start saying, Pharmacist, give me this drug. Injection. Nurse, make sure come and give me 2 doses of injection, or you just name them, be augmenting or the rest of them. So when you just like when you come, you understand, you can just choose. Now let me come. Then there are cases where you can actually treat yourself. Every one of us can treat yourself. So once you have a headache now, you're going to the pharmacy to go and get paracetamol. You understand? And you can choose that. But then for some of us that we know, it's not just paracetamol. I need more insight. So you go to the hospital. You now say, okay, doctor, this and this and this is what is wrong with me. How will the doctor know this and this is what is wrong with you? The doctor will have to ask you questions and say, okay, where is it paining in your head? Is it at your forehead? Or is it from your head, from the back of your neck? Or how? So you understand, these questions that are being asked, you understand, are the ones that will make the doctor know and say, okay, this and this are the best drugs they are going to use. So you understand? The doctor will now say, okay, based on the experience I've had, or anybody that is having this kind of pains or having this we are seeing these symptoms, these are the drugs the person need. You understand? Based on this, that is the same way the well-architected framework is. It's not to actually help you to, it's to guide you based on the years of practices that AWS has had with customers. You understand? How did they get this? Is I want us to really understand it. It's very easy. You're not deploying anything. You understand? Questions are going to be asked you just like when you are in the hospital too. Please let me know if you understand this. If you would like me to fly, trust me, it's not something that is hard. It's very, very simple. You can choose to use the well-architected framework too, and you can choose not to. Me, I use it. And trust me, I just go for the ones I need, like the cost optimization, the listening, and I use it to refresh my brain. Most especially when maybe I want to do 1 or 2 things for maybe for freelancing and the rest of them, 1 or 2 customers, and I want to follow best practices. You can't have all these things in your head. So you understand? So that's why we need this well-architected framework. Is a guide, it's like a manual, like I told us in the first place. But in this scenario now, think of it like the doctor and pharmacy that you can just go and treat yourself, or you come to the doctor where he's going to ask you questions. So what is happening in this well-architected framework to in the AWS console? We have to actually go into the console. So these questions can be asked, and we select, and they give us the best advice and things we can improve on. So is it that we are ask question and there are suggestion answer to those questions? Yes, just like these questions you ask your customer to know how to serve them better, or which, yes, something like that. Yes. So based on the years of experience AWS has had with customers, they will now say, we've asked you these questions and you provided these answers. Okay, what we suggest is this. Use this. Use this. Do more research on this. Do more research on this. I'm making it very simple. I'm not using technical terms now. So you see, when we see here, based on the answers I pick, you see there are 3 iris. So when I click on the overview of the well-architected framework and I look at this iris, so let's see the recommended improvement items. So you see there are 4. Evaluate internal customer needs. So remember the question was, how do you determine what your priorities are? So recommended improvement items. I need to switch again. Oh, Jesus. I believe you are getting it. So when I click this, it will open a new page. Now, when I click this the first time, you put a new page, and let me quickly share that new page. Like I said, there are documentations, there are white papers, there are videos. You understand? So let me open that new page. Let me share the screen of the new page. And there are questions. Sorry, 1 minute. I'll have to pull this down again. 1 minute. Let me share screen. I hope we are getting. Let me see. Yes. Can we see my screen? So when I clicked on that, so evaluating internal customer needs, so I can read about this. You see, evaluating under operational excellence. So I can read on this to know more about the recommendations that AWS provided that is going to help me. You see now? Huh? So I don't know. Please, can you help me pull up my slide back? What's no? We can only see your face. Sorry. Wait, you could not see the screen. I don't see it. We can't see us. No way. No way. No way. I'm sharing the screen now. I'm coming. Oh, so let me quickly reach them behind. Oh, sorry guys. 1 minute. Sorry. They will help me pull it up now, please. Oh, please hold on. Help me share my screen back. So what can you guys see now? So sorry about that. So please just let me pull my screen full screen. Okay, so like I said earlier, when I clicked on that link, when I clicked on that, so it brought me here. You see, evaluate internal customer needs. How many of us remember when I was still in the console? So now this is a documentation. So it automatically brings me here. So you see, I can go through it. I can also click on this. It also take me to another. So for me to have more understanding about it. Hmm? Please, do we understand now? Do we understand? If you have any question, see, feel free. That was why I didn't really make the slide much. Hmm? Feel free. Can you zoom in? Okay, let me go and zoom in. So that's what I wanted them. Okay, let me go and zoom in a little bit. I like my distance small, but just for you guys. Yes, can we see? But yes, we can't see. So how is it now? Is it clear? So I do we understand how I got here? Please, do we understand how I got here from the console? Huh? I'm so sorry. Some of the services are like that. Trust me. The more you do this, the better you get at it. Okay, we still remember how I got it. So, like I said, like I used the doctor, the hospital, the doctor, and the pharmacist or no, let me say the pharmacist now. You are now the pharmacist, you are the one treating yourself. Like I use it as an explanation. Think of the well-architected framework like that. So you see, it automatically directed us back to the well-architected framework documentation for us to be able to read more. And if you want videos, I just want to pull that up. So because I will have to be sharing my screen. But trust me, it's very simple. It's very easy. So the links that I provided will guide us to it. But what you just need to know is this: how does well-architected framework uh, help you? You understand? It helps you, guides you, uh yeah, testing your workload against these six pillars. And what are the six pillars? Like I've mentioned, the operational excellence, the you even see the six pillars here now. Let me show us. You see, you see the six pillars here. You see, it's a lot. The six pillars: the operational excellence, the security, reliability, performance efficiency, cost optimization, sustainability. You see, so if you click on this now, but instead of you just coming directly to here through the console, you after you've answered the question, so it gives you the recommendation on the improvements for you to be able to improve your workloads. Hmm? Uh, Please let me know. Is it clear or can I get a fly? See, I'm here for us. This well-architected framework. I'm not trying to. At times, like when I first ever heard about it, it was kind of confusing. Well-architected framework and the two. How does the two? How do they work together? So the well-architected framework is actually a documentation of the six pillars. The tool itself takes you to the well-architected framework through the Amazon, through the console. You understand? Like you can see that. I want you guys to let's know this and let's do it. It's not hard. Trust me, it's very easy. This one you don't have to deploy anything. You don't have to. You just have to answer questions. You understand? And AWS gives you. So the more you answer questions and you answer, the more questions are being asked and you answer little by little. After some time, you will notice there will be no more risks there again, and it shows you are ready to deploy your workload. So AWS is they're trying to guide you. So when you actually deploy your workload, you won't be having any impediments or any challenges or the rest of them. So that's why these pillars are created. You understand? With documentation to give you, you understand, a full understanding about what you're doing, give you guidance, like to supervise you even when they're not there. So you understand? So please ask me any question if you are not clear. That's why I'm here. I know time has gone and some of us are looking at time. Some of us are in front of our screen. We're looking at time. We're looking at the food on the fire. We're looking at time, looking at, you understand, how we are going to devour food. But trust me, let me know now. Is it clear? If it's clear, can I get a clear, not fly now? Some of us are going to copy and paste fly one place so they know. Mr. Moses is going to ask, once you say fly, just copy and paste. I can't be typing fly. I want to get clear. Yeah, I want to get clear. And that, can I quickly? I just need five. Then we're going to answer the questions quickly. So the questions are kind of difficult, hard a little bit. Yes, that's it, Miracle. That's it. Okay, that's it. That's it. That's it. And it's okay. Okay. Onoa, where's Onoa? Where's Anu Olua? I've seen Miracle. Can I get a clear? And if it's not clear, see, draw me back, please. That's what I'm here. I'm here for you, ladies. Clear. Okay, yes, Onoa. Where's Anu Olua? Where is it Tina? Where is Vera? Where is I'm trying to remember their names again. Where is it Atinuke? Where is Tina? Where is yeah, so we can answer the questions. So we can answer the questions. Are you guys still there? There are about 40 of us here. Okay, that means there must be a workload to deploy. Yes, there must be a workload. So you name the type of workload you want to deploy. So you understand? Let's say right now I want to prepare bread and sardine. So you put it there. That's the workload I have in mind. They will now ask you questions. You will now answer. Simple as ABC. So let's quickly go and answer the questions. If we don't get these questions, I understand. I purposely pull these questions. Hmm? I purposely pull these questions. Okay, so my slide now, so we can see the questions. My slide is coming up. So when the slide is being shared across to us, when we get the slide, just click on the link, copy and paste the link, and you will see what I'm talking about. You see, it's going to be very, very, very easy. So they're trying to pull up my slide. Just hold on. Okay, so let's answer. Let's go to the knowledge check. So now I need it's a bit tricky, but just try and understand. As I just allow for three options. So question, what processes do you have in place to monitor and improve your operational procedures? So read it carefully. Read it carefully. Read it carefully. Read it carefully. Hmm? Regular audits and reviews, no processes in place. This is not like the other. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. You guys are correct. So do we understand it? Do we understand it? See, it's very simple. The workload is not like you are going to build something to. It's a guidance, it's a pillar, it's a framework. So you guys are good. You guys are good. You guys. So let's look at the next one. So so the other one is are we ready? So what strategies do you employ to ensure your applications can recover from failures? So implementing backup and restore procedures relying on the single instance deployment, no recovery strategies in place. So what's the answer? Okay. A again. I guess I made it so simple. Okay. So the answer is A, implementing backup and restore procedures. So let's move. Let's move. So now, what measures have you implemented now to protect your data and application from unauthorized access? So what's the answer to this? A again. People are just saying A. Okay, okay. Don't follow. Okay, let's go, Sha. Okay. Now, how do you select the right instance and services to meet your application's performance requirement? Based on performance benchmarks and monitoring, random selection, always using the same instance type. A. Not be able to copy and paste A someplace. So you just pressing A. Hope you understand now. I see. Just to make it easy. So let's go. So based on performance and benchmark. So now, how can you how can the well to help you identify and address potential issues in your AWS architecture? Now, this one. A again. Are you sure? Hey, I've done mistake. Oh. A. Okay, let's see. So we are correct. So we've done the demo already. So, like I said, we're not going to use up to 9. So by now, with these few slides and explanation of mine, I hope I have been able to convince and not convince you. So, ladies, are there any questions? Do we understand? Hmm? Do we understand? Is it clear? Can we call it a day? Are there any questions? Okay, so nobody should go here to wait to wait to. Some of us were asking when we are going to have a what's A again? Which one is A again? What's A? Okay, so it's very, very easy. So sometimes it takes time for we to understand this concept. And in order for us not to spend much time here, that's why I decided not to just use technical terms. But ladies, no good night here to Oluwakemi. Don't tell me good night here to. Okay, it's very clear. So read on. So one thing I want us to do, we're going to be setting quiz for us this week, and this time around, the quiz are really they won't be that easy. So, like I said, it's just going to be one attempt when posted it on Telegram. So this time around, about the well-architected framework, each pillar you need to go and understand them. You understand? There are no guesses. This time there won't be option. I'm going to specifically say these questions by myself, the well-architected framework. Too. You understand? I'm specifically going to say these questions by myself. So we can understand the difference between each pillars. Fine, we know how it works now. We know the difference between the well-architected framework and the well-architected tool. Now, you know there are two different things. The well-architected framework, you can have access to the well-architected framework via AWS console, but the well-architected framework, you can have access to it via the documentation, well-architected framework and documentation. The well-architected tool is via your AWS console. So we've even compiled a lot of classes. So I know the quiz won't be intense. Yes, it will be intense. Trust me. Trust me. Okay, so let's call it a day. I said I was not going to be using up tonight. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you for having me explain to you and teach you all these things. So far, the journey has been wonderful because you, ladies, are always around. Thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Yes, good night. And please don't forget to close your eyes before you sleep. It's very, very important. Don't forget to close your eyes before you sleep. Yeah, good night. Good night, everyone. Good night.